What is going on, YouTube? I'm Brandon. You are back with the Gillstrap Garage. Actually, in the Gillstrap Garage. I'm a little behind on this video here. Been kind of planning it for a little while and working with LoneRider on what's up and coming and what we had kind of discussed with each other. And I owe you, the viewer, and LoneRider, the company, and myself, an honest, open review on the tent that they gave us. If you're familiar with our channel and our Sturgis series and kind of anything that we got going on with this channel, you might know that LoneRider gave us a tent, I'd say like this last July. And we set it up, got a feel for how to put it together, and we took it with us to Sturgis. In previous years, we've always had a real compact, cheap Amazon tent, which the size of those cheap tents was phenomenal, right? But the quality, you trade quality for convenience maybe, and our stuff was constantly wet, the tent leaked, it held in a lot of condensation, so everything was just always damp and wet, and usually resulted in trips to the laundromat. Our tent here from LoneRider is significantly larger than what we've been used to where, you know, we used to just throw a tent in one of our bags, which I'm pointing in my Harley bag here if you can't see. This actually required us to have a spot externally to not bolt it down, but tie it down to. You can see from our series on the way out, I had it tied to the top of my sissy bar here and my sissy bar bag, and it was really top heavy. And I actually reconfigured that on the way home from the trip and found that I could just tie it to the top of Allie's Thrashin' Molly bags. She's got some straps in there, and it actually worked out excellent. It wasn't too top heavy. It fit the width of the bike perfect. It wasn't protruding out too far. So where at first I didn't really know how I was gonna pack this bag out, it actually ended up working out extremely well because I was able to put it somewhere that it fit. So that was my initial big concern with this tent. After figuring out in my head how I'm gonna pack this thing, it was about learning how to put it together. The first time I put it together, I lost all the audio for the footage, so I couldn't give my initial blind reaction on how to put it together, but it was a little bit of a struggle. On top of learning how to put the tent together and filming and doing all those things, it took me probably about an hour, maybe greater than an hour. The second time I put it together and filmed the thing, remade my initial how to put this tent together video, my initial review went together in about a half hour, including film time. And it was probably even faster than that when we got to Sturgis, got to the campground. You know, we got the adrenaline going, we're excited, ready to get the tent up and get out there. But once this thing is together, and you know how to put it together, it is awesome. I have never had the luxury of tent camping and keeping all of my stuff dry. You try to keep, you know, the important things dry inside, even though, like I said, all my tents previously had leaked. And then you've always got a handful of things that get left out on the bench or left outside of the tent that you just have to deal with the weather. These are gonna get rained on. Not anymore. With the garage portion of this tent, you can get one bike inside, and then you can stack your bags up next to it. And I didn't have anything the entire time that I had to go wring it out and take it to the laundromat and dry it, clean it, all that stuff. Unbelievably happy with that. And in my initial setup video, I talked about how I liked that the tent portion and the actual external part of the tent had a gap between them, because that creates a buffer there to get rid of some of that condensation. And it never got humid inside the tent. We never had any condensation buildup, and it couldn't have worked out better. One thing I did learn after parking the bike at night and then jumping straight in the tent and going to bed, when you zip that garage compartment up and your engine is hot, it instantly warms that tent up, and you're not fighting that little bit of cold nighttime weather. Now, of course, that phases out through the night, but by then you've got your sleeping bag up to, you know, comfortable temperatures, and kind of puts you right to sleep. So that was one thing. I guess if you were camping like peak summertime and the nights were hot, you might want to leave that garage part open, because it will raise the temperature of that tent if you just pulled in, shut your bike off, and went to bed. LoneRider had sent us the awning kit for this, and if I remember, now it's been a few months, we didn't use this during the Sturgis trip, but I can absolutely see a time where it would be great. Especially if we had the luxury of like taking some cooking equipment or taking more lawn chairs. You know, maybe we weren't going so far, so I could pack more like weekend trip stuff instead of necessity for clothes and things like that. The awning kit would be awesome. You know, you got a little shady spot, set your grill up, set up whatever you got, and just kind of have that little covered patio. I would look forward to the opportunity to use that, but haven't got to yet. So working with LoneRider in conjunction with this tent and the video and all that, you all know we've got the holidays right around the corner. LoneRider was pretty adamant on making sure I had the opportunity to tell you guys that they are having a massive Black Friday sale. Everything should be 20% off. Let me double check. Yes, so everything on LoneRider will be 20% off. I'll have that link down below. You guys are more than welcome to check that out. And 20% on the cost of this tent will go a long way. This is something that I talked about in the initial video. The cost of the tent versus what you pay for another tent. This is a pricey item here. After my first use with this thing, a full weekend use, a full trip, packing it out, taking it, using it, in the weather conditions that we had, I would say this thing is absolutely worth every penny. This will be, like, there's no more going back to the Amazon tents after having this. It is large, like I said. That's really the only downfall, is the size of the pack out on this. But you know, if you guys are on adventure bikes, or you're like me and you're riding a big old Harley, you can find the spot for it. A couple tie downs, you won't have any problems, and you will definitely have luxury tent camping. I mean, it's about as nice as it gets, as far as anything I've ever used before. Like, I've never had one of those blow up cabin tents or anything like that. But you can't go wrong with this thing. Like I said, it is pricey, but buy once, cry once. You get what you pay for. Whatever expression you want to use about spending money. If you like moto camping, you can't go wrong with this thing. If it had hailed like it always does in Sturgis, my bike would have been covered. I didn't really get the chance to put it through the rain. I mean, as much as I don't want to go camping in the rain, as far as an honest review, I'd like to be able to give that opportunity. I don't have that. Haven't had that. Not yet. I am trying to think through what I'm going to do, like early to mid-spring, as far as planning another trip. I would like to do a lot more moto camping. I say that every year. I want to do more camping. I want to do more camping. I want to do more camping. And usually, you know, I do a little bit more, but it ends up being with the family, and we pack up in the truck, take our big, you know, 8-person tent, and we go set that up. But I do want to do more trips on the bike, some overnight trips. I'm dying to get back down to Arkansas. If you watch my last 1,000 Mile Day video, you'll see how much I like being down there. I would really like the opportunity to ride down, pitch a tent, and spend a couple days in those back roads, and then come back up. I think that would be a great opportunity. If I'm going early springtime or mid-springtime, you never know what you're going to get for the weather. There's always possibility of rain, cold, hot. You don't really know what you're going to get. I'm thinking pretty soon, though, I'm just going to pick a date and find a spot, and that's where I'm going. I want to say thank you guys for watching. I want to say thank you again to LoneRider for sponsoring these videos and believing in the channel. Thank you guys for all of your interactions, because it allows these companies to see that there's value in what I'm doing. And I'm forever grateful for that. Like, if all of this just fell to the floor tomorrow, I can say you guys have made this an extremely incredible journey, and we're kind of just getting started with it. So You guys feel free to check out my Big Cartel link down below. I still have some hats available. There is exclusive content on Patreon. I'm trying to give the Patreon guys a little bit more that the YouTube guys don't get to see. It's fairly cheap. If you guys are not interested in the hats or the Patreon, then I encourage you to help me out by sending this video to someone you know, or sending one of my videos to someone that you know, because your interactions with the channel really do go a long, long way, and I am beyond grateful for it. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.